Hi, everybody. This is my AudryeNow invites you. Transformation, bliss, no, growth, transformation, bliss, and joy. This is our Saturday, more or less 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, give or take half hour meeting. So I will be really learning Zoom and the other platforms. Meanwhile, I'm making video and I am putting it on YouTube and I'm doing Facebook Live. I'd rather not have to do this twice because it's live. Anyway, so I hope you're well. Tomorrow Mercury goes direct. Yay! And so this has been a time, first in general, this whole COVID time, for inner reflection. And who do you want to be? What do you want to do? How are you doing it? How are you moving forth? How are you staying centered in the midst of some of the really bizarre stuff that's been going on the planet and in my country, the United States? First, let me start with that I am so glad we have a new administration with President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, that being said, today we're going to talk about sex. Now, it's not a how-to. It's various other aspects. What is it? How many are there? What's your preference? This kind of thing. What's coming up? And first, let me let you know how to reach me. So I've got this done because I'm not sure how to do all this written out into labels and tags, and I'm not sure how to do any of that. So we are lucky that I'm doing this and that it will actually be posted to YouTube. By the way, subscribe to my channel. Please make this viral. And if you like what I discuss, tell people. And if you want more things for me to discuss, let me know what it is. So the YouTube channel, in case somebody's showing you this, is youtube.com/AudryeNow. AudryeNow. That's my Instagram also. And it's also my website, AudryeNow.com. And since we're talking about sex, you may as well look at the course I have called Sexuality, Sensuality, Spirituality, Stupendous Sex, your intimacy, healing, exuberance course. And that's AudryeNow, AudryeNow.com/sex, SEX. You can take the Morph course first. I think it'll make it easier, but you can do it either way. AudryeNow.com/morph, MORPH. And you can pre-register for the ISM course. And I don't yet have a landing page, but it will be AudryeNow.com/ISM, ISM. Okay. And you can reach me at 1-888-757-3223. Go on my website and you'll find other phone numbers. And if you would like to receive free about once a month, the Ask Audrey Gazette, you sign up at the bottom of any page on AudryeNow. So let us start with the breathing attunement. I'm not sure what words are allowed on YouTube, so I'm going to use standard words. I wanted to use a more familiar, adorable, friendly word for the female sexual area, and I may yet, because it's a perfectly good word. In fact, I will. Because it's time to reclaim female power. It's been time for a long time, but it's now absolutely time, and not use female body parts as curse words. So we will be dealing with that. So right now, sit comfortably. Take off your shoes. Do not do this while you're driving or doing anything that you must focus on, because focus. So sit comfortably, loosen anything that's tight. Taking a nice deep breath into your heart. Gently release. And breathe into your root chakra, right where your sexual area is, whether you're male or female. Breathe in, hold, and exhale. Let go. Breathe in again to your entire sexual area. Don't get concerned with chakras. Just breathe into your entire sexual area. Red, golden, fuchsia, white light. Bring it all the way up your spine in the front or the back and out your head. Breathe in again into your sexual area. A beautiful, beautiful red, orange, pink, lavender, gold, white, silver, fuchsia. Bring it all the way up your spine as you exhale out your heart and out your head. Now again, taking a nice deep breath into your heart. Shine with love. Into your sex area, shine with love. Into your third eye and your crown, shine with love. And gently exhale. So what is sex? What really is sex? Sex is an expression of the energy of life. It's also the activity of connecting with that within yourself, and if you're with a person, which is really nice, with a partner. Please do your best to partner with people you really love, who love you, who respect you, who honor you. Make sure you love, respect, and honor yourself. Sex is something glorious. Should not be used as a dirty word. It's not what it is. To think of it in a dirty way or a nasty way or a put-down way is a real distortion of our species. The fact that rape exists, and it's such a huge statistic, huge. I'm not going to give it because I want it to go down. Statistic is an indication of the violence that often men put on women, but women also put on men. Men put on men, women put on women. And whether you consider yourself cisgender, CISGENDER, or transgender, that is absolutely inappropriate. The fact, and I am now going to use this word, that the word pussy, which is a glorious part of the female body. And when people say it, as Regina Thornhauser, the author of Pussy, A Reclamation, reclaiming the power, the beauty, the gloriousness of femininity, of female. And I don't mean you have to wear a little cute thing, but being woman, the goddess, because we are goddesses. And this is the time absolutely to reclaim that energy. That word, pussy, which she said, and I agree, when you say it, you smile. You do. And if the woman's happy, she'll purr. Needs to be treated with honor, respect, and fun appropriately. So sex is the sharing of one's joy of life and expressing it using the body, the mind, the heart, the emotions, spirit, because sex can be one of the highest level spiritual experiences. This is my condom water in my bottle. And if you want to be healthy, boy, you want some condom water. And you can learn about it at AudryeNow, AudryeNow, water, WATER.com. So how many sexes do we have? There was a time when, to me, way back, it was male and female. And that's not what we've got now. We have binary, which tends to mean the body you're born with is the body that you identify with. Transgender people do not. Now, often people that are binary or have like one way of expressing their sexuality, like heterosexual or homosexual, that's binary, but people that have various ways, that can be called sexually fluid or bisexual. And there are many, many metrosexual. There are many different ways to express one's sexuality, more than I even knew. I delineate them in the sex course. So you can look at that and say, I'm more like this, and I'm a little like that, and I've got some of this. So understand that so long as you are choosing a partner, say you have a partner who is an adult of age, who is conscious and of a consciousness to be able to either say yes or no, and who freely chooses to say yes. They're not drunk, they're not inebriated, they're not messed up on some kind of drug, they're not of a consciousness where they aren't capable to be able to say yes or no. That's not allowed. Years ago, a lot of my clients asked me, what's allowed in sex? So I tuned in, and it hasn't changed. Sex with children is a no-no. That's just a no-no. Sex with animals is a no-no. Sex by force is a no-no. Sex with someone who is unable, okay, to be able to say yes or no is a no-no. And hurting someone. If you want to kind of play around with a little bit of bondage or stuff, fine. But whipping someone, cutting them, creating blood and all that, honestly, that's no. The guide said that's a no. Anything else that consenting adults choose to do that honors each person, whether it's because they love and adore each other, whether it's because they're experimenting, whether it's because they want to know what it is, if they're honest, you have to be honest, you have to be real, you have to tell the truth. It's a free choice. And yes, it's allowed. Now, I know there are various different religious paths that will tell you something different, but we're the ones talking right now. So that's not what the guides told me, and it's still the same. That hasn't changed. Kids, no. Animals, no. Force, no. Somebody incapacitated or unable to give informed consent is a no. And truly hurting, that's a no. That's just a no. And if that's the way that you or someone you know needs to, that is unhealthy sexuality. And if they'd like to help heal themselves, absolutely take the sex course. AudryeNow.com/sex. Or certainly have a private session with me. And yes, I can do this over the phone and all that. You don't need to be in person. Most of my readings are over the phone, and the healings also. It's fine. This stuff goes beyond time and space. And it works. It works. So, how many sexes are there? How many ways of expressing? I know now that people can ask, and I learned this from the younger folks in their early 20s and up, what pronouns do you use? I'm she, her. Some are she, her, some are he, him, some are they, them. I came up with words like G, Z-H-E, for a man turning, who identifies as female, and Z, Z-E, for the opposite, a woman identifying as man. Now, I didn't ask anyone's permission. It was the way I saw it. And then we have to look at it, and I say this with honor and respect. because very few people know what's the next thing coming. That if someone has had, let's call it gender reassignment surgery for the top of their body, but kept the bottom one way, they're going to have a body that's got both sexes. And it could be either way, or they did the bottom but not the top. So one could have a female top and a male bottom, or a male top and a female bottom, or any of that, and part of it is by surgery and part of it is natural. I actually think there needs to be words to describe that, with honor, not with anything less than honor and respect. And that's a whole thing with sex and sexuality. There needs to be honor, respect, honesty. I've read clients and have known people that have a diversity of ways that they identify. I realize, my gosh, I'm so simple. I'm a heterosexual. Okay, I am a person of this complexion, and I tend to prefer partners of a darker complexion, black, brown, beige. That's how I have a biracial daughter. This was my choice, my heart. And it is foolish and inappropriate for people to decide there's only one normal sex. I read something that someone else had written saying he did not want anyone to consider him unusual or weird. He said all of this from his perspective is normal. And because we're in the age of Aquarius, this started in there. So you're going to be seeing, I'm going to be seeing, we're all going to be seeing a whole lot more what before might have been called unusual ways of expressing and identifying sexually. That's not going to change. That's going to keep going. I'm wondering what's going to happen with our species, meaning human, by more or less, when the hybrids start coming out. And a hybrid is somebody that is human as well as other, whether it's from another planet, possibly another time, a different solar system, a different galaxy. And if you're asking me, does that exist? Yeah, it does. Do I think some of these folks are on the planet now? Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I've spoken with people who have met some. I haven't, to my knowledge, although there's times I wonder, but no, that's me being a little snide, but no. And some of it, like human beings, some humans are really wonderful, really, by and large, good people. And everyone's got stuff they're clearing. That's why the ISM course. Some people are just gross. They are truly distorted. They're sociopathic. Look up the word. Not caring about anyone. Only the self, and anyone else gone. Others have little bits of issues. That's a lot of people. It's time to clear that. So it's the same with hybrids and beings from elsewhere. And folks, we're going to Mars. We've already landed on Mars. Perseverance, is on Mars. We're checking out Mars. So we're just at the start of going to other planets. By the time my grandkids have been around for the amount of years that I've been around, we will probably be out of the solar system at that point, because inventions are going to propagate inventions. And we have to clean up this earth. We must. The Green New Deal is required. It isn't, I don't want to do it. It doesn't matter if you want to do it. The earth has to be healthy for human beings to be healthy. And whether you want to be vegetarian or you want to be plant-based, I am telling you with love, it should be required as much as possible, at least 2 days a week. Start with one meal, because that will help save a lot of the planet and get rid of a lot of cows that create methane with their poop that we don't need. Plus which, it's a lot healthier for a human being to be eating a plant-based, organic Nutrition. It uses way less land, gives you way better nutrition, makes you a whole lot healthier, and then your medical bills go down and your health goes up. And importantly here is the planet gets healthier. So let's talk a little bit about birth control. This is certainly part of sex. And pregnancy termination. There's a whole lot of fuss about abortion, also called pregnancy termination. Why do we have abortion? Do you know why? Because almost 48, give or take, percent of pregnancies in the United States are unintended. Look it up at the Guttmacher Institute. When you have almost half of pregnancies unintended, unwanted, not desired, what do you think women are going to do? They're going to end that pregnancy. Most women, or relatively few, are going to go forth. And then this Covenant House that has many children that have been abused and thrown out of their home because the parents said they had too many kids. It's the parents who made the kids. So I've been saying for years and years and years and years and years, use birth control. This is the United States and anywhere else, but I'm speaking right now from the United States. We have many kinds of birth control, many, 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 many. There's the pill, there's a shot, there's monthly, there's yearly. There's IUD, there's diaphragm, which I've had found annoying, but still. There's condoms, which I do not recommend because most people don't want to fuss putting it on. The same as with a diaphragm. Go find a birth control method that works for you. If you are forgetful and you don't want to be bothered, get the yearly shot. I don't know if there's one for more than 1 year. I forgot what my notes are in the sex course. I have it covered. But make sure you do this. I am extremely pro-choice. I am absolutely pro-choice. Because I remember the days before pregnancy termination was legal and women were hurting themselves or going to places that were completely inappropriate to terminate a pregnancy. So why don't so many sexually fertile heterosexual couples refrain from using birth control? Do they not want to acknowledge they're having sex? Are they judging sex as bad? So if they're like, well, if I don't know and don't say it, then I'm not doing it. Stop that. No, and I'm not being sweet. Please stop that. Stop that. That's completely inappropriate. And most people do not like the concept of abortion. I don't. Do I support it? Yes. Because it's better to do it healthfully than not. And a lot of people who are so proud of themselves that they've banned abortion, and you know that's happening in some states, just South Carolina and Planned Parenthood, an organization I love. It may have started with some questionable aspects, but you know, that's not what it is now. Things change. And when we're lucky and blessed, we grow and evolve. I love Planned Parenthood. It has helped so many women with their health and to have free contraceptives when it's needed, including for teenagers and women of any age. Bless Planned Parenthood. So Planned Parenthood is suing in South Carolina. I don't know the upshot because this is new. Today is, I said, February 20th, 2021. And so that's relatively new news. So yes, we have to keep abortion legal when we have such hideous rates of women getting pregnant without wanting to be pregnant. And I'm a woman, and I'm a staunch defender of women. I'm also a very staunch defender of women being responsible for themselves, and men, you too. You too. A woman doesn't get pregnant on her own. We don't just go, okay, let me be pregnant. It needs the help of a man. So both are responsible. It is a woman who has the baby in her body, who carries it, who births it. So bottom line, ladies, bottom line, you have to be responsible about your sexuality, whatever, gay, straight, bi, metro, whatever you identify as, transgender, words I don't even yet know. It's important, it's incumbent upon us. So please start doing that. Very, very, very much. Now, we used to call it STDs. Now it's STIs. Sexually transmitted infections. So if you don't have a regular partner, wherein the COVID is still happening, and I know some people don't want to wear masks. When you're out there and there are people, I'm going to tell you, put on a mask, put on 2 masks. I'm home, I live alone, I don't need a mask here, it's in my place. And I know there are some people running around saying, we don't need it, it's an infringement on their liberty. Them running around like that is an infringement on my liberty. I choose to be healthy. I don't want somebody who acts in a very foolish manner and has his or her ego all over the place. No. That's inappropriate. Stomping around in a store and then hitting somebody. No. There are too many people so immature, so foolish. Nobody I know likes wearing a mask. Are we tired of wearing masks? Of course we're tired of wearing masks. That doesn't mean not to wear one. Many people are tired of being sick, or tired of being overweight, or tired of having a drinking issue, or tired of not having the money they want to have. So it doesn't mean they run in the street and start screaming bloody hell. You take a rest, you take a moment, you do some transformational work, you pick yourself up, you find what to do. This is a time when we have to learn how to be centered in the midst of whatever. That's why breathing attunements. For some people, SBD oil. But do something healthy for yourself. So I'm going to complete our sex conversation. We can have other ones. Let me know what you would like me to cover. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. And it's youtube.com/AudryeNow, AudryeNow. And the way Mama Gina likes using the word pussy to describe the female area, say it with honor and love and respect, because that is a wonderful part of the body. It is a power place. It is a place where gloriousness happens. It is the only organ that I know of, certainly in humans, that can have an orgasm, and it's not about having to make a baby or anything else. It's got its own little organ, the clitoris, that is strictly for coming. Isn't that nice? And that's a wonderful thing. And ladies, by the way, 3 orgasms a week is minimum to maintain your health and your vigor and your joy. Gentlemen, I believe it's 20 a month. And I forgot the name of the woman. I have that in the sex course. I apologize. Who did the research on this? That will help stave off prostate cancer. So if you have a fabulous partner, good. If not, do it yourself. Do not do not prevent yourself from having joy and love based on a partner. If you've got a great partner, hey, go and enjoy and bless yourselves and each other. So again, now breathe into your heart. Breathe in love. Let go. Breathe into your sexual area, whether it's pussy or penis or anything else that might be there that I don't yet know of. And release. Breathe in and bring the breath all the way up and let go. AudryeNow, AudryeNow.com, AudryeNow.com/sex, AudryeNowWater.com, Instagram.com/AudryeNow, and subscribe, YouTube.com/AudryeNow. Thank you.